Well, hello there, and welcome to this edition of Thought for the Week. Always a pleasure, as far as I'm concerned, and I trust that you find them beneficial too. 4 minutes isn't long, is it? But it is long enough. And being a preacher of 60 years standing now, I'm always used to having lots of time to preach. So for me, 4 minutes, wow, what a good discipline it is for me, though. I'm grateful. Now, we're looking at the book of Acts. We're not just looking at it for the sake of it, we're looking at it with a purpose. And that is to see how the church in its early days was very different from the way the church is now. And I'm intrigued as I travel around, as I do quite frequently in churches where I preach, I'm intrigued to see the things that are not often preached about in churches. And there are a whole list of them. Number one, perhaps, is the fact that there's very little teaching about the place of Israel in God's purposes today. And in consequence, many Christians think God is completely finished with Israel, particularly because of the political situation. But of course, that's not the case, but you rarely hear it preached about. Then again, preparing for the last days, that Jesus is coming soon. Not much preparation going on for that. Another topic, how to dig deep in the scriptures rather than just reading the Bible superficially, how to feed in it. Because that's a picture that is presented to us in the scriptures, feeding on God's word. Not much teaching on how to do it, though. Personal holiness, well, there's another matter. The whole business of being a disciple of Jesus, obeying him in everything at the practical level. Not much teaching about that. Neither is there on using the gifts of the Spirit. Although many Christians know about them, how are they to be used? Because they are a source of great blessing to people if we know how to use them. Because it releases the ministry of Jesus into our society. Very different from what many people associate with Christianity, though, isn't it? Sad to say. And then again, the whole matter of spiritual warfare, recognizing the reality of Satan and his forces, and learning how to deal with them so that we might be overcomers. Now, these things are not commonly taught, and it's a tragedy, because this really is what church is all about. It's not about services and things, although it's good to meet together, but we need to go well beyond that into the reality of New Testament church life. And obviously, it is to the book of Acts that we look to see how Luke presents the early church. And my goodness, what an adventurous lot they were, and what an adventurous time they had. We were looking at the incredible way in which the Lord blessed the ministry of the early apostles, even to the extent that when Peter's shadow fell on folks who'd been brought out into the street who were sick, they got healed. Well, that's such an unusual thing for us, isn't it? You're almost tempted to think it's a legend rather than truth. But Luke isn't interested in legend. He's a historian. These are facts. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to seek the Lord during the next few days about our own personal experience of the wonders of God let loose through us. Why don't we do it? Good idea, perhaps. Anyway, bye-bye for now, and the Lord bless you until next time. Goodbye.